You're watching This Week in Review, right here on Trinidad Media, hosted by Kiegs. Well, I'm back, fresh out from vacation, and luckily for you and me, Trinidad and Tobago hasn't changed one bit. This week, 2 men were caught stealing avocados, and that wouldn't be a big deal except for the fact that they stole 231 avocados. They were both fined a total of $10,000 each, so just about the price of an avocado these days. The Theloka Warriors were held to a 2-all draw by the little island of Martinique, so Dennis Lawrence continues his losing streak as a coach, while the team, who is determined not to settle for the mantra, "you can't win them all," has decided to live by the mantra, "you can't win at all."
I gotta sing that thing again. You can't win.
Described as one of TNT's most wanted and most dangerous men, Hadarath H. Solomon picked a terrible time not to live up to either of these descriptions. Seemingly not very wanted, he visited the Freeport police station and then, seemingly not very dangerous, was killed just feet away from the police station as he decided to leave. A man dubbed the Phantom appeared at a news conference hosted by Natok. Now this may seem a bit overboard, but the silver lining here is that the threat of sedition has afforded all those who associate themselves with Philip Edward Alexander a new excuse to hide their identity when in public. The Sahara dust is all but gone, and it seems that it left the Sahara behind. Temperatures this week rose as high as 38 degrees on everyone's thermometers except for the Met offices. If you were to drive your car repeatedly into someone else's, damaging your vehicle and destroying theirs, the #1 suspected reason would be horn. This week, however, the reason seems to be a dispute over a spot for vending, proving that the sun is indeed officially too hot. Being in a country known for its poor customer service wasn't enough for 3 British tourists who decided to push things so far that their horror story at the Grafton Beach resort seems unbelievable even by our standards. For reasons such as suspected marijuana smoking, the hotel is saying that these 3 ladies were less than favorable guests, a sentiment not shared by some of the staff members who were befriended by the ladies and invited back to their room. The Naparima College football team found themselves in a bit of a pickle regarding their uniforms and the secondary school's football league sponsorship agreements. Now, some say that NAPS simply isn't accustomed to following the rules, while others say that the SSFL is being unreasonable. But just about everyone else agrees that Digicel has craftily disguised chicken scratch as sponsorship for these schools. Someone has been quietly clearing mangrove and building a floating jetty in Claxton Bay. For a prized fishing ground, a whole lot of jetty has been built, and despite regular parties and visits by party boats, of course, no one knows who the owner of this jetty is.
Mine expired.
2 men walked into a bar and said ouch. Mainly because the 2 men were bandits, the bar was Marshall's, and the owner had a licensed firearm. 1 dead, 1 wounded, but 1 robbery foiled. So that's it for our stories this week. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Trinidad Media and at Hosted by Kiegs. And see you next week for yet another episode of This Week in Review.